A wealthy man storms into Judge Frank Caprio's courtroom, dressed in a $2,000 designer suit, gold watch flashing under the lights, his smug grin daring anyone to question him. He isn't here for justice. He's here to prove he's above it. What he doesn't know is that today, he's about to face a judge who cannot be bought, bullied, or intimidated. And in the next 20 minutes, you'll watch this arrogant man's empire of entitlement crumble until the moment Judge Frank Caprio shuts him down so hard, the entire courtroom gasps. Stay with me, because the ending will leave you cheering. It's a Tuesday morning in Providence Municipal Court. The gallery is packed. Students, working moms, elderly citizens, all nervously waiting their turn. Judge Frank Caprio, calm and composed at 77 years old, flips through his docket. One case stands out. Daniel Mercer, 35 years old, cited for reckless driving through a school zone, $500 in unpaid parking tickets, and an additional fine for verbally abusing an officer during the stop. But that's just the surface. What no one in the room knows yet is that Daniel Mercer is a self-proclaimed real estate king, used to throwing his wealth around to get out of consequences. The bailiff calls Mercer's name. The doors swing open. He walks in slowly, expensive shoes echoing across the floor. His tailored suit, slicked back hair, and cocky smirk announce one thing. He thinks he owns the room. The people in the gallery exchange looks, many of them already annoyed by his swagger. Officer Ramirez, who issued the ticket, sits straighter, ready for the showdown. Judge Caprio greets him with his usual gentle, "Good morning," but Mercer doesn't even nod. Instead, he leans back in his chair, arms folded, eyes daring the judge to challenge him. Caprio begins. "Mr. Mercer, you've been cited for reckless driving, 65 and a 25, in a school zone." Before he can finish, Mercer interrupts. Yeah, Judge. Let's just cut to the chase. I've got important business meetings. This is a waste of my time." Gasps ripple through the gallery. Nobody interrupts Judge Caprio like that. Mercer continues louder. "Besides, those signs aren't even clear. And honestly, I pay more taxes in 1 year than half these people make in 5. If anything, the city should be thanking me, not ticketing me." His words drip with arrogance. Mothers in the back shake their heads. One elderly man mutters, "Unbelievable." Judge Caprio raises an eyebrow. His legendary patience is being tested. For the next several minutes, Mercer repeatedly interrupts. Every time Judge Caprio tries to explain the charges, Mercer cuts in with excuses. "Your officers are lazy. These speed limits are just money traps. Honestly, Judge, my time is worth more than your entire courtroom combined." The courtroom's mood shifts from shock to anger. Even the stenographer pauses, glancing up in disbelief. Caprio finally puts down his glasses. That single gesture signals something big is coming. Judge Caprio stands. The entire room falls silent. His voice, calm but thunderous, cuts through the tension. "Mr. Mercer, you've been in my courtroom for less than 10 minutes. And in that time, you have interrupted me 6 times, insulted an officer, demeaned the people in this room, and shown nothing but contempt for this court." Mercer smirks, about to respond, but Caprio raises his hand, firm, commanding. "This is not your boardroom. This is not a negotiation. This is a court of law. And in my courtroom, respect is not for sale, not at any price." The gallery erupts in quiet applause. Mercer's smirk falters for the first time. Caprio continues. "You think your wealth exempts you from accountability. It does not. In fact, it magnifies your responsibility. Because when you speed through a school zone, risking children's lives, your arrogance becomes dangerous, not just disrespectful." He pauses, letting the words hang heavy. "Your original fine was $500, but due to your repeated contempt, I'm elevating this case to maximum penalties. $1,000 fine plus 20 hours of community service in the very school you endangered." Gasps. Then silence. Mercer's jaw drops. For once, he has nothing to say. Caprio leans forward, eyes locked on Mercer. "Let this be a reminder. True power is not in money, but in respect. And respect begins with listening." Mercer shifts uncomfortably, The gold watch on his wrist glitters, but it suddenly looks like a shackle. The gallery watches, satisfied. Justice has spoken. The camera lingers on Mercer's stunned face as the gavel falls. Then it cuts back to Judge Caprio, whose calm voice delivers the final lesson. When arrogance meets justice, justice wins. If this story made you believe once again in real justice, hit that like button. And remember, subscribe for more powerful lessons from Judge Frank Caprio's courtroom. Because respect is priceless and justice is unstoppable.